Here beginneth the reign of King Tremenus the Reluctant. If you are reading this, and you are not me, then I must have performed my office well enough that Jetstone persists as a side. Good for me. And for you, whoever you are, Your Highness. I was unaware of the existence of this book until just this evening, when it was presented to me by the Earl of Olay. Quite the tome, is it not? I was fascinated to learn, as you've no doubt been apprised, that only the true King of Jetstone may write upon or read it. It is a Cynomancy item created nearly 80,000 turns ago, in the reign of Flintlock the Voluble, whose writings comprise the first 3/4 of the volume. The other 16 of us, and you, must needs be brief, I suppose. Unless, perhaps, the few pages remaining for me to write upon in this book are a kind of prediction. I do hope not. Regardless, I shall assume the existence of my posterity and note my circumstances succinctly for you. Today, my father King Slately and brother Prince Osima croaked in battle. Twice each, in fact, but that requires some telling. I loved them both. Dearly. Gobwin Nob captured our capital city of Space Rock, and we are retreating to the new, old one at the city of Jetstone. We lost our Dalamancer and 500 men. The heir, who was to have been popped in Space Rock, also has been lost. I am the last living son of Jetstone. Well, more or less. There's a story there as well. For the first time in memory, the side has no heir. I must tell you I am attempting to be brave, and I am failing quite miserably at it. Slately was our pillar. I fear that I lack enough of his steadfastness to support the weight of state. I am as unprepared to rule Jetstone as any who have written upon these pages. I was never meant to wear the crown. It's a bit much, isn't it? Especially after what was done to it today. Jetstone stands on tradition. This book is proof enough of that. Jetstone does not change. When Prince Ansem fell, Osima's inclination was to pop infantry, a Jetstonian tradition which served us well against Hagar. But those troops we popped are the enemies now, arrayed against us. In Gobwin Nob we face a heterodox enemy. Heretical, my father argued constantly. That does not matter. They are winning. I must do something. Jetstone may not change, but we must adapt. I believe that we need to fall back and consolidate around the old capital, preparing to face Gobwin Nob in some new manner. I have not yet settled on a chief warlord. To this point, every warlord I have spoken with has blanched at the notion of even minor adjustments to our grand strategy. I know I must command it. I must rule Jetstone as her king. I must be brave. But first I must find a chief warlord who will agree with me. And how can I do that when I lack the bravery even to turn a few pages and read what my father wrote of me?